Hi everyone, hi Ever Spirit. I wish you are having an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here. And we are going to continue on our little series of what was the name? Calibrating your own spaceship, right? And today I wanted to talk about the Scorpio Sun specifically, but you can associate this to Scorpio Moon as well. But Scorpio Sun is sun in itself is you paying attention to something, you wanting something, you wanting your own way, how you want others to see you, how you see the world and things like that. And if you want to take the moon, example of the moon, if you have Scorpio moon, for example, you would do that with your needs, with your what you manifest, what you what you feel, what you attract in your life, what you basically your wants. And the sun is the moon is your needs and the sun is your wants. Okay, so right now specifically Scorpio Sun is you paying attention to, you wanting others to see you as fixed water, meaning that you are fixed on your own way to feel, on your own way to attract, on your own way to, because water is all about connecting, attracting, feeling, all that good stuff. And by you being fixed on your own way to feel and to attract and manifest things, you might be seen as too stubborn in your own feelings, or you might be sometimes too internal, not very communicative and things like that. So Scorpio Sun in general is you wanting to be seen like that, you wanting others to see you as fixed on your own emotion, fixed on your own feeling, you seeing the world in that way, in a fixed water way, you being fixed on your own way to feel and to connect with the world. So you may start see things behind closed doors. Why? Because Scorpio is a 8th house energy. Okay, so Scorpio in itself was born out of the 8th house being privacy, behind closed doors, sexuality, sex in general, not in general, but that is not the only thing that Scorpio is or the 8th house is known for, but it's one of those things that you don't it's not something that you want everybody to see. But by you having Scorpio Sun, is something that you by default want. It's something by default you may want others to see. And by you having Scorpio Sun, you are going to be naturally fixed on your own feelings, emotions. You are going to be naturally passionate about your internal world, how you feel and how you feel others may feel, or something like that, because you are so fixed on your own way to feel that you may start projecting or things like that. But that's when you go a bit to the disbalance part, right? When you start to pay too much attention to behind closed doors things. You might start paying attention to people, places and things that only involve what is behind closed doors. So you might start becoming too secretive. Being secretive is a part of your whole 360. It makes everybody has to have some form of secret. Everybody has some form of something that you don't share with anybody, right? And Scorpios can go sometimes too far with it. Scorpios can go into manipulative energies real quick when their internal passions and motivations or intents are not being met, right? So make sure that you are balancing that energy. And how do you balance Scorpio energy, right? Because as a Scorpio Sun, you might be paying attention to a lot of different things behind closed doors, and you might start seeing things that are not there, for example, or you might start seeing too many of other people's business that you don't even want to be paying attention to, right? So sometimes it might not even be your choice, in a sense of like, it might not be your conscious choice to go into somebody else's laundry and dirty pants, and that's when you know that you are a bit disbalanced, that you are going too much out of your own self to just by default, because you are too dirty, or because Scorpio is also a lot about accumulation, right? Scorpio is the feminine side of Mars, and it is also co-ruled by Pluto, right? It's the planet of transformation. And Scorpio, how does the Scorpio transform? By accumulating a lot and exploding, in a sense of like, you accumulate so much that there is just no other place for you to move, so your spirit has to go out of that form and leave it behind, right? So Scorpios can transform in many ways, and many times it's by pressure, right? By accumulation, by just, paying attention to many things that are not for you or something like that. So how do you balance what you pay attention to? How do you balance what you want others to see you as? Because sometimes you might even blurry your own way to see yourself, and you might see yourself as this bad person, or I have to, you might think that you are, you have too many hidden intentions and things like that, and you don't know how to clear yourself out of it. The best way for you to balance your own spaceship as a Scorpio sun would be you going to the other opposite sides of wherever you created your sun is, in this case being Scorpio. You go into the second house, aka Taurus, right? Which is you being fixed on your own way to be practical, fixed earth, right? You being fixed on being practical, making sense, creating stability, creating comfort, all those things that things of that nature, so you can be more light about whatever you are creating, and you can be more stable, being financially, emotionally, physically, mentally. That would be something that you can go to. So basically you might have Scorpio in, let's say, 8th house, right? So that would be the most natural placement for it, in a sense of Scorpio being born in the 8th house. And if you have Taurus in your 2nd house, for example, depending on where you have Taurus in, but in this case I'm making this simple example so you can correlate the energies in the best way. So Taurus was born out of the 2nd house, which is your values, which is what you appreciate, what you see value in, how you value the world, how you value yourself, and how you want others to value you, right? So Scorpios, when you get too much into dirty business, or when you blurry too much, what is your emotional state and what is the world in general, you have to go into the Taurus energy and clear those energies out, so you are more fixed on reality. You see what's real instead of you being too emotionally fixed on something. You are able to go out and make sure that you are making sense, or that your feelings are not, you are not oozing out your feelings just because you feel a certain way. Now you are making the whole environment feel that way, right? And I'm going to make a video about like how water signs in itself create the environment. That's something that Esotericcloudsurfer has on his channel as well, but I'm going to be talking about from a water sign perspective, right? I have water, I have Pisces sun, so that's something that I naturally do. I can create the environment, and just by me stepping into a room or me stepping out of the room, I can shift and change the environment and how the waters in general flow in that space. And as a Scorpio, by you just by you expressing yourself and just by your presence and just by you paying attention to things, you are going to be creating a certain mood. And if you have a dirty space, you are going to be creating a dirty mood. You are going to be creating you know, blurry lines, and you not being able to see what's real and what is not. And by you going into the opposite side, or okay, you seeing yourself from an outside perspective or from the most distant perspective from wherever you created your sun, you will be able to see what is real, what is not. Is this something that I want to value? Is this something that I want others to value in me? Is this something that will make sense in the long run, right? And that's a lot about Taurus. That's a lot about the second house. Is you wanting others to is you basically creating your own value system. And many times when a Scorpio is too dirty in their mind, too dirty with their own emotions, they might not have value for themselves. You might just fuck with anybody. You might just be treating yourself like shit. You might be treating others like shit, and cursing everything out just because you feel a certain way, right? So that will be a good way for you as a Scorpio sun to just take a step back and look at the reality, at the practicality of things, and how you value yourself. Do I value myself enough? Because I'm cursing everyone out here or something like that. I'm fucking with 30 people in 1 week and I still feel unsatisfied. Why is that? And many times you just have to reconciliate and you know, make your value system better, so you know what makes sense, instead of you just going chaotically into transformative moments that might, you know, transform you into something even worse. Instead of, if you have been you know, balancing yourself with the Taurus aspect, with the second house, you are going to be able to transform yourself into something that you and you will be start paying attention to things that you actually value, that you actually want to value, that you actually know that are best for you, instead of it being just chaotic out of a whim, out of emotion that only you yourself were experiencing and nobody else, right? So make sure to go to that Taurus energy and recalibrate your spaceships so you can have a better way to see reality based on reality, right? And with your fixed emotions, then come back and be able to be fixed with your own emotional state on something that makes sense for you, on something that you yourself value, instead of and that makes sense, instead of you just being too blurry and being in your own emotions and all chaotic, trying to make sense out of something that doesn't make sense, because feelings don't make sense. You should make sense out of it. And if you are only emotional and trying to make sense out of something out of an emotional state, you are not going to be able to make practical sense, to bring that to reality in a way that you understand, that others understand, and where you can place a good value system for yourself, where you can show others that you value yourself, and how you value yourself is going to be how others or the people that you want to attract will value you, or you that will value you for, okay? And the planetary counterpart is Aries, which is the you know, the masculine side of Mars. And Mars was born out of Scorpio first, right? Mars being Scorpio being the internal side of Mars, the passionate, the internal aggression, the internal passion, that feeling, that fixed feeling. And Aries is going to be the externalizing, you communicating, you being able to not communicate but express your emotions and feelings, you expressing your passions, desires, motivations and aggressions. And by you balancing by you having a Scorpio sun, you are going to be more internal about that Martian nature that you by default pay attention to. And by you going into the Aries aspect, which would be an in conjunction, so it's kind of a misunderstanding, okay? Don't go too far out of it, out to that area, but remember that Aries, people might misunderstand you, you might misunderstand yourself, but just by you going into expressing yourself, if you made that good calibration between Taurus, Scorpio and Taurus, right? You know your value system, and by you going out into Aries, first house area, it's your personality, personal issues, affairs, how you express yourself in general. So by you you already calibrated, you already balanced your Scorpio sun with Taurus energy, right? So you are able to value how you are fixed on your own way to be, you know, to feel and to connect and things like that. And by you going into Aries after the fact, you are able to express, you are able to be creative, you are able to go out and express whatever flunked outness you may have been going through. So that looks creative, that is something that others can take inspiration from, because don't think that you are the only one that is flunked out or that is so deep. Many people just need someone for them to show that they are not alone on something, so you don't have to be so stuck, right, and things like that. So Scorpios are one of the best signs to actually express their flunked outness, that being seen as interesting, transformative, illuminating, and things like that, because Scorpio sun by default is all about that rising phoenix, rising individuality, when you are able to detach from a certain way that you felt about something, and you being able to rise out of a situation, out of an emotional state, and show everybody how good it is to you know, express yourself. Even if you felt flunked out, you just express yourself, you just go out there and talk about how you felt or how you feel. So that in itself makes the matters you know, lighter, makes the circumstance lighter. So yeah, Aries, cardinal fire, you initiating your own way to express yourself, express your motivations, desires, creativity, you just being yourself, okay? So by you making that little calibration between Aries, you are going to be able to use your Martian energy in the best way that you can, right? That you want. In any way, you are going to be able to calibrate that Martian energy, so you have both sides of the spectrum. You have your feminine side of Mars, which would be your Scorpio sun, and that Aries masculine side of Mars, which would be you expressing those motivations and desires that you yourself were paying attention to. So that is some you know, that is a way that you can calibrate your own spaceship being a Scorpio sun. And yeah, I wish this was helpful for you. Remember to you know, believe in yourself, remember to take care of yourself, remember to build a good value system for you, so that you don't get too flunked out into your own emotions. You are able to make sense out of things, and you are able to express yourself in the best way that you want, that you can, whatever it is that you want to express. You will be able to, without you feeling too heavy about something, okay, without you you know, being toxic. You are actually able to make sense, and you are not just seen as emotional, okay? I will see you all very soon. And yeah, I wish this was helpful. Remember to check out my description down below. I have there my IG page, where I post all types of interesting art that I create, textiles, kimonos. I created this one, for example, very sweet, very nice, and you know, Remember to check out my Twitch as well. I stream there some nice games that I enjoy, as well as my YouTube Mistaria. There is also the episodes that I make with my favorite games. I post them there. And make sure to check out Esotericcloudsurfer's Linktree as well. It will be down in my description because he also creates amazing stuff, and I really want you to see whatever we do because we really enjoy doing it. And remember to also share with us what is that you create, maybe you know, your page on Instagram or wherever you post it. And yeah, I wish you enjoy yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will see you all very soon. Daria is surfing out. Bye.